Hi, I'm Sheila Long O'Mara, Executive Editor with Furniture Today. Welcome to this edition of Bedding Insights. I want to introduce you to Jean Marks, my guest today, who is our keynote speaker for Bedding Conference 2025 in Orlando. Hey, Jean.
Hey, Sheila, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for carving out a little bit of time. I can only imagine how busy your life is right now with all the
Why? Is there anything going on? I don't understand.
just a few changes going on with the new administration, which makes me even more excited that you are our keynote for Betting Conference in Orlando. New administration, new rules, new regulations, and the big T word, tariffs.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about what our audience is going to hear from you when you take our stage.
We're going to hear a lot, Sheila. I do want to give a little bit of an update on the economy. I do
Yeah.
have concern about interest rates and inflation and our national debt that it's going to impact all of our businesses. And I think we need to know about that. Because remember, my message always is my best clients, best business owners, people running companies are always looking ahead. So they're making decisions now that will impact their businesses. So yeah, a little bit of the economy. Absolutely. I'm going to talk about tariffs as well, an update on where we stand with it all. More importantly, for those of you guys that are impacted by tariffs, I've got a bunch of different ways that you can navigate your business around tariffs, proven methods. I've been writing about it in the Inquirer, the Guardian, the Hill. So I want to share it, with the group as well. This year is also going to be tax Armageddon, Sheila. We have all our tax legislation basically is up for grabs. There's going to be a lot of debate and new legislation coming. Hey, it's only like 20% of our income, right? No big deal. So we need to know in advance what's going to happen. And I've got some advice for you there. I will also have some cash flow advice and operational advice for running your businesses through this very uncertain year. I have some thoughts on succession planning because let's face it, most of us are getting old and we have to start thinking about these things. I want to share with you what business owners are doing there. Workplace issues, because they've all changed, because new regulations and old regulations are going away. We need to know about that, some hot benefits for our employees. And finally, hopefully, if I have a bit of time, a little bit of technology and how that is going to be impact, particularly AI, how that's going to impact the industry as well. So I got a lot to shove into this session, but I promise you, everybody will walk away with some really good information and some good action items to take back to their businesses.
So you said a few things in there. Armageddon caught my attention. That sounds very scary
Yikes.
and ominous. Is the rest of this year really, I don't know, unbalanced? I can't even come up with the right word for it.
I have to tell you, I'm actually very bullish for the American economy, particularly over the next few years. I think there are some very pro-business moves that are going on in Washington. And again, we're just talking business here, not social or anything like that. So whatever, but we are really looking at some longer term cuts in tariff rates, which I think will benefit a lot of us. Not with China, however, and that's going to be something we'll talk about. But I do think it'll be easier to hire and retain and find employees. I do think that the economy itself is going to be stabilized a little bit and get back to growth later on this year. I just think, Sheila, we're going through a lot of disruption right now. Frankly, the new administration are doing a lot in a very short period of time. I think things are going to shake out, and once we get our arms around some of these changes, I do think that we are going to, we're going to have an opportunity to make some investments and grow our companies, and that's going to be the theme of this the presentation that I give.
That is good news. Over the last, I don't know, couple of weeks, let's call it, it may be 10 days. It all seems like in a vortex, sort of. It's been very loud, the tariff
Yep.
conversation, and as things change, they go back, and it's a whiplash effect, right? And so our audience and our viewers are very kind of cautious,
Sure.
concerned, scared, whatever word you want to put onto it. So it is interesting that you see that those will get pulled back a little bit, except for China.
Except
Um,
for China. And one thing to keep an eye on, and I think it does impact this industry because we do furniture, and there's a big pent up demand in residential real estate. And I'm looking ahead and seeing where I think interest rates are going to go, at least short term, where consumer spending is going. I think we're going to start seeing some opening up in residential real estate, which is going to cause people to be turning over, buying houses, selling houses. People do that stuff What do they want? They want to redecorate as well. I think that's a good sign. I think that that will happen as well sometime later on this year too. So, again, no one can predict the future with that much accuracy. I don't want to say like, everything I'm saying is going to happen, but this is what I'm betting on. And this is what I'm telling my clients, what I'm telling my audience. So I do think we have some things to look forward to. We just got to navigate our businesses through the next 3 to 6 months of some uncertainty so that we're prepared to really grow after that.
Navigation.
Yep.
That's the key word.
It
Navigate
is.
through the bumpy waves. So we'll welcome you to Orlando, May 13th through 15th. And you'll take the stage on the 14th. We'll see you there for sure. Anything else you want to leave our audience with to give them a tease for what's coming?
Yeah, I just like I said at the beginning, I mean, my best clients are always looking ahead. So we need to make some decisions now about our businesses and make some bets so that we can get some return on investment and things will pay off in the next couple of years. And I will help you make those decisions when you come to our session. And I also promise, Sheila, I've spoken to the group a couple times before. I've got a bunch of new and stupid jokes to share so that we will keep everybody awake and alive through the course of this presentation. So even though it's taxes and tariffs and regulations, which kind of sounds, kind of dry, don't you worry about a thing, guys. You will be wide awake during this presentation, absorbing the information, but laughing a little bit as well. I promise you that.
Stand-up comedian. We need to add that
Not exactly,
to your resume. Add it to your resume. I appreciate you taking some time today.
Thank you. I really look forward to seeing you guys in Orlando.
Can't wait to see you there. Again, I'm Sheila Long O'Mara with Furniture Today. Be sure to go register for the conference so you can catch all the insight that Jean brings to the stage at bettingconference.com. Thanks so much.